First Things First is sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get.
Back here, First Things First, we're joined by NBA champ Antoine Walker.
What up, man?
Hey, Antoine, how are you?
Good, good. How you doing?
See, my family's like the Lakers behind the scenes.
Are you
dysfunction.
No, we're all functioning.
I almost pulled a Magic Johnson. I'm out of here.
Yeah, Chris almost walked off the set.
Commercial breaks are great in this here part. Let's talk Anthony Davis, Antoine, and his recent decisions to put success and happiness over money. AD passed up the chance to sign a Supermax deal with the Pelicans. He turned down his $4 million trade kicker to create more cap space on the Lakers. To the brow, it was simple, saying, quote, money comes and goes, but your legacy is forever. He's also good with the basketball. Antoine, what will be the biggest challenge for Anthony Davis when he starts playing for the Lakers?
Well, obviously, I think the challenge is up front, that he's willing to sacrifice his money and waiving the trade clause so they know they can get better and possibly let another max guy. So that's the first step. And then the other step is now you got to understand it's still LeBron's legacy. I mean, you're going to go there and everything is going to kind of still be based around LeBron James early on in the beginning to kind of figure out how they can make this twosome work. It can be a great twosome if it works out. But I think in New Orleans, he knew he couldn't get another superstar. It was not going to be a big landing spot for free agency. He had to make a decision of whether or not to take the money or go to a situation where he can ultimately compete. This is a guy that won a national title at Kentucky, so he wants to win, and he's going to still make over $200 million next summer. So he's still going to be able to make some of that money. And being in L.A., he may make up for some of that money as well. But I think he made the decision, when he made the decision to, one, go to L.A. and to give up everything he had built in New Orleans, he knew what he was getting himself into. And it was going to be some sacrifice made. Obviously, he sacrificed his money, obviously, to do that. But then basketball-wise, it's going to be a different step now going in there playing with LeBron. It's going to take some time. You got to go back and think about LeBron when he joined D-Wade and Chris Bosh. It took a while. They didn't win it the first year, and then the second year they got some better players around them. So it's going to be a process in trying to build a championship-type team.
But, Nick, I think we sometimes forget how young he is. I mean, he's not on the same age level and place in life as LeBron James. He still has plenty of time to create his own legacy, to take what he did in New Orleans and make it work for him in a bigger and better way in Los Angeles.
Right, but now is the time. He stops being a young player the moment he put that jersey on. First of all, he's now at the point in his career where he's supposed to be beginning. Was signed up for Space Jam well before he was a Los Angeles Laker. Months before he was a Los Angeles Laker. The idea that all of a sudden, oh, they're just paying him under the... No, he made the commitment to winning, to trying to get to a place where he could win, and sacrificing money to where they can add talent so he can win. This is all about winning for Anthony Davis. The only way this works, the only way this makes sense, the only way this was a success is if they make an NBA Finals in the next couple years and win a championship. Like, that is, when you're talking about a player of his caliber, he has a skill set to go along with his size profile of no one else in the league. When he was a consensus #1 overall pick, it's because, well, this guy will win an MVP and this guy will be the best player on a championship team. Those are the only two things he hasn't done. And the second one he hasn't even come close to. He's been to the second round once. And so it's about Anthony Davis. Yeah, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to be a good teammate. He's always been a good teammate. He's got to play both ends. He's always played both ends. Can he do it in the biggest spots? Can he learn from LeBron as far as maintenance on his body to try to make sure those ticky-tack injuries don't knock him out for a week or two the way they have in the past? Those are the things that lead to the winning. And that's all this is for Anthony. That's the only way for this question to be answered correctly, is for the Lakers to win a championship in relatively short order with Anthony Davis.
I believe that the transition is going to be a lot easier. I disagree with you as far as LeBron and them. I know it was difficult for them, but the situation was different. Chris Bosh, we thought Chris Bosh was a good player, but Chris Bosh had to change his game to be able to fit in on D-Wade's team and LeBron James still being the biggest name, and LeBron was not a champion then. So they had a certain, before the game starts, there's a certain number of shots that they got to get before the game starts. Wade's got to get his shots, Chris Bosh got to get his shots, and LeBron's got to be able to get his shots. In Los Angeles, he doesn't have to worry about that. And the best thing about them not having a roster now, you don't have no established players. Besides Kuz going to get his no matter what. But you don't have guys that you have to, oh, because he's got a reputation, we got to run some sets for him. It's going to be what LeBron and AD want to run from the beginning. And AD, the last several off seasons, he's made his home in Los Angeles. So he doesn't have to make that adjustment to the big city life, Los Angeles, how to get to certain places, what's it going to be like. He loves the weather there. He's used to the weather. That's where he always wanted to be. So those things, when you become a big-time free agent, they make your transition a lot easier. And LeBron, this is the easiest transition of any superstar that he's had. I mentioned the two as far as Bosh and Wade. Look at Kyrie Irving. That took the ball out of his hand when LeBron got there. Kevin Love was like a fish out of water. He had never seen traveling around with LeBron. It was like traveling with the Beatles. So I do believe that, like Kevin Durant, who didn't have a championship, that transition, he went from OKC to Golden State was so smooth, we were just waiting on the playoff. I believe AD, it might be a little because the rest of the rosters have to be filled out, but I believe this is going to be one of the smoother transitions, Antoine, that we've seen as far as a superstar.
I think it's two. I think off the court is going to be great because LeBron will get him in place. But what's going to be great, he's going to learn how to work on his body. LeBron's been the most durable player probably ever played a game. We obviously, he'll learn that because he needs to figure out how to get 75 games a year as a player. I think also we got to look at, too, what he's going to learn off the court. It's going to be a process. When you get in the playoffs and you get in these battles, he's got a guy he can lean on now. I remember playing with Shaq and D-Wade. I never played in these type of games, in these magnitudes, and understanding the situations, but I had a D-Wade, I had a Shaquille O'Neal, more so Shaquille O'Neal.
Right, because Shaq had been there.
Yeah, so Shaq had been there, a guy I can lean on. We was down 0-2 in the finals. That was the guy that led our locker room to keep us confident, that believe that we can come back and win 4 straight games. That's what LeBron is going to be beneficiary to Anthony Davis moving forward. He's going to teach him how to be a leader. And I think he got a little taste of that with Rondo, playing with somebody with some championship experience. But outside of that, in his career, he's never had that. So that's what I mean about it's going to be a process. And he already took the right steps and giving up money because he knows he's going to need other players to get over this hump.
All right, Antoine, stick around. Coming up, did Kevin Durant do enough for the Warriors to retire his 35 jersey? That's next on First Things First.